The Harryman Show.
Every school computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Hey, welcome to the Harryman Show number 14, where the more drummers you know, the louder it gets. I have another great episode today. I'm really excited about this. We have Matt Indes. Am I saying your last name right there?
Yep.
Indes.
That's right,
Yeah. He
Indes.
actually runs the Phoenix area drummer page, which I came hip to about a couple years ago. It's a great community. A lot of good things come out of it. I met quite a few drummers from it, and good things to come. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
Good, yeah, good. I'm happy to have you here. Tell us a little about how you started the page and a little bit about your drumming.
Sure. I started the page in 2013.
Nice.
Started it because I was having some medical issues, and I actually thought at that point that I would possibly never play drums again.
Really?
Yeah. So I still wanted to be involved in drumming, and I wanted to reach out to other drummers and just start a little community where we could, talk about drums and all things that had to do with drums, drumming, drummers, gear, things like that. And it took off from there.
Nice. And then how long have you been playing drums yourself?
Wow, I've been playing drums. I started playing when I was 5.
Nice.
So it's been over 50 years.
Wow.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
I'm only at 20 right now, so I got a ways to go. But yeah.
Yeah, you got a ways to catch up.
Yeah. Well, what were your main influences? What sparked the fire for you and all that good stuff?
Well, it sparked the fire from my grandfather was a drummer,
Nice.
and when he retired, he gave me his drum set.
Mm-hmm.
I was probably about 13 at that time. I'd been taking lessons since about the age of 5, and going way back, I'd say that my grandfather inspired me. Listening to the Beatles at the time inspired me.
Nice.
I was just a little kid at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when I was old enough to really realize who was out there and really give it a listen, definitely, all the top ones. Buddy Rich, anytime I saw him, I was just mesmerized and was drawn to that. And but Buddy Rich, John Bonham, those guys.
Nice. And what kind of drum set did your grandfather give you?
My grandfather, he played a Pearl drum kit,
Oh, nice.
and he gave me, it had one tom, one bass drum, one snare drum, and that was it. He gave that to me basically for an 8th grade graduation gift,
Mm-hmm.
and I was off and running. It was a Blue Sparkle kit.
Nice.
It was one of the first Pearl drum kits in the United States, I believe, at the time.
And it had
That he had.
the square badge on it, right?
It was inscripted. It said Pearl.
Oh, with the
And
cursive. Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt, but yeah.
Yep, exactly. That was it.
Mm-hmm. And you still stick with that color. I know you have a recent Masters with a Blue Sparkle as well.
Yeah, I have the Ocean Sparkle, which is blue,
Nice.
and it's a Masters Birch kit that I've had for quite a long time. I have 2 kits actually
Mhm.
that are identical. So
Oh, nice. I have a DW set like that myself. But yeah,
DW
it gives you,
makes it beautiful.
yeah, it gives you the options of the sizes and all that good stuff. So, fast forward a little bit. What age did you start playing with bands and kind of getting out there on the scene?
Yeah, I started playing bands in high school,
Mhm.
and got my first band probably my freshman year, and really started playing out in parties and things like that my senior year of high school.
Mhm.
And Chaparral High School here in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh, so you're from Arizona as well?
Yeah, born in Chicago, but moved to Arizona
Nice.
when I was 17. So my senior year of high school was my first gig, and played at lunchtime at Chaparral High School in front of all the kids. It was terrifying.
Yeah, I've been through that.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, so
Oh.
sleepless nights and stuff.
Yeah, the gig was great, but I mean, we were terrified before we played. It was funny.
So you got the opportunity to see the kind of like the Phoenix music scene grow. I mean, was there any spikes that you saw throughout the years? Any kind of errors that kind of went up and down?
Yeah, I'll say when I started getting out there, probably in the early '80s, the music scene here was really, really strong. The hard rock scene, playing clubs. When I first got into playing clubs, we were playing 5-6 nights a week.
Wow.
It wasn't shows per se. We would play 4 sets a night, and on the weekends we would play after hours. So we play 5 sets.
Nice. That's
So,
that's a whole animal right there.
Yeah, it was a full-time job. That was it. And everybody I knew in town here, we all did the same thing. We all played in bands, and it was basically our full-time job.
Man, that's kind of a dream at this point for anybody.
Yeah, to play one show is a dream.
yeah. I mean, I know we're all on hold right now and all that good stuff, but what were they, cover bands or all original bands, or was it a mix of both?
Yeah, it was a mix of both. In those days, you played covers, but you played your originals at the same time. And there were some great bands that were up and coming. There was a band called the Schoolboys at the time, which turned into a band called Icon that got signed to Capitol Records. There was another band called Surgical Steel
I heard of
that was around. Yeah, real big band. Some great players came out of that. The band I was in was called Rock Candy at the time. That band had a couple of different versions of Rock Candy, and that lasted for quite a while. And yeah, all the bands, we would play clubs and also play boondock parties and play these huge parties, which were really cool. Sometimes some big names would show up at the parties and sit in.
Nice.
We had Rob Halford from Judas Priest.
Oh, no way.
When he moved here, he came to play with Rock Candy and Surgical Steel, and he sat in with both bands at the show. It was absolutely amazing. Yeah,
that must have been an experience right there.
Yeah, it was. We got to live the concert experience. It was amazing. Yeah.
And speaking of the earlier music scene, what venues were popping back then? I know the Mason Jar was a big one. Do you remember that place at all?
Played the Mason Jar. Yeah, a lot. There was the Mason Jar. There was another place called Rockers, which was a really big venue, huge, big stage. So there was Mason Jar. Then there was actually the Mason Jar 2. There were guy had opened another one.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Mason Jar 2. Let's see, Rockers. Mason Jar 2 turned into a place called Clyde's Rock Habit. There was the Devil House. There's just so many to list. Yeah, and it was a great scene because we worked every week and we were able to rotate through all these clubs. It was really, really, like I said, a full-time job, and it was a full-time music scene back then.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's kind of, I mean, obviously things have changed, but yeah, that's a kind of a time warp right there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And as far as like any upcoming drummers that you got to meet, they kind of went mainstream in the Phoenix area. I know you're in touch with a lot of drummers around here, but anyone that you kind of watch grow into a mainstream position?
Yeah, there were, so many to list.
I didn't mean to throw that at you. Sorry.
No problem. One drummer who was an amazing drummer that comes to mind is Jeff Martin. And Jeff Martin, he was the drummer for a band called St. Michael. And St. Michael, he ended up being the singer for Surgical Steel. And he gave up drums, became the singer for Surgical Steel, and then he went on to sing for Racer X and then also play drums for Michael Schenker. And I just remember watching him way back in the day, and he was just absolutely mind-boggling. There's just so many guys that came up. Another guy that was local for a while was Pat Torpeg, who ended up in Mr. Big. Another amazing drummer who passed away. He was just one of the best of the best. yeah, there's just so many guys, and like I said, it was a full-time job, so we were out there playing 5-6 nights a week. Just putting our craft to use, and we definitely got a lot of practice, no doubt.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Back to the Phoenix area drummer page. I know you've been hosting clinics. How long have you been doing that with the community here in Phoenix?
Yeah, I think we went back. Well, we started in 2013, and I thought, oh, let's get it moving here. Let's try to get some drummers together. So I put together a swap meet, and then we would have a swap meet twice a year over at the Desert Ridge Music Academy in North Phoenix. And I thought, wow, what else? We need to bring some people in, because years ago there used to be a place called the Creative Drum Shop here in town.
And that was in Scottsdale, right?
Yeah, I was in Scottsdale, and they would bring in like Steve Smith, all the top drummers that they could. I thought, let's see if I could pull this off and try to do the same thing. And the first guy I brought in was Glenn Sobel,
Nice.
Alice Cooper's drummer, and I got in contact with Glenn, and we put that together, had it over at Desert Ridge Music Academy, sold out the first time, and what I would do is try to get guys that were coming through town, because I didn't have any funds to speak of to fly anybody in or anything. So I would hit them up and say, hey, listen, if you're going to be in town, let's try to throw together a clinic. He was all for it, and we had our first successful clinic. I believe it was in 2017.
Oh, nice. And recently you had Todd Zuckerman and the guy from Rascal Flatts, right?
Yeah, Jim Riley from Rascal Flatts.
That's it,
he did. Yeah, no problem. Jim's a great drummer. Listening to Rascal Flatts, he's a great country drummer, but he plays everything, every style. He's well schooled. He's done 2 master classes. We've had Glenn Sobel in twice. We've had Todd Zuckerman in twice for master classes. Todd is one of the best
Oh yeah,
drummer in the world. I mean, he's just it's mind-numbing to watch him, and he's absolutely a phenomenal teacher. So you get a lot out of it. In his classes, it's usually 20 people at a shot. See, we've also had Casey Grillo from Queensryche.
oh nice.
We've had the amazing Ken Mary, who's with Flotsam and Jetsam. He's a local guy.
Oh yeah, I met him before, I think.
Yeah, Ken's great. And Ken also was our drum host for the Drum Rumble that we had over at Alice Cooper's Solid Rock Foundation. And let me talk about the Drum Rumble. Was one of our administrators on the Phoenix area drummers page, Randy Rask.
Oh nice, he's a nice guy too. I know him pretty well as well.
Yeah, Randy's a great guy, excellent drummer. And we were, he had an idea of having, a mass drumathon, a mass drum along. And so we kicked around the idea for about a year, and we finally, we decided to connect it to a charity, to make it into a charity event, and which turned out great. We had about 70 drummers sign up. We had it over at the Alice Cooper Solid Rock Foundation.
Oh, nice.
And all the drummers got pledges, and then we gave away prizes, which actually came out of Randy actually paid for the prizes himself out of his own pocket.
Oh, nice.
Which was amazing.
Yeah.
And we had 70 drummers show up, and we had like 5 songs. We all played them together in unison. Ken Mary did a clinic and also led the drumathon, and we raised $11,000 for Alice Cooper's Solid Rock Teen Center. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations. I mean, that's great.
Oh, thanks.
But yeah, I just want to give Randy a shout out there. You want to talk about a guy that knows his drums, and he's probably the bigger collectors here in Phoenix. I would agree, but yeah, a great guy. He's always helpful with any drum knowledge. He's also he's very active on the Phoenix area drummer page as well. So shout out to Randy. We appreciate everything you do. It's good knowing you and all that good stuff. So
absolutely, Randy's a great guy, and if you want to talk to somebody who knows about DW drums, he knows DW drums inside and out.
Yeah. He recently got
I mean-
that Neil Peart snare, that engraved one, right?
Right. Yeah, that's an
Jesus.
unbelievably beautiful snare that he had made. Well, it was a DW black nickel over brass, and then he had it engraved with all the Rush albums, and it was just an amazing snare drum.
Yeah, he did a video on that one too. I watched it, and it was pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. So anyone who wants to check that out, I'll try to share the link in it for that one too. But not to shift gears on you, but what are you playing musically right now? What are your projects? I know live is kind of on hold right now, but I know you're just recently joined a band. I'll let you tell us about.
Yeah, well, I play in two bands right now. On a local level, I play with a band called JC and the Rockers,
Oh, nice.
and we play everything from blues to classic rock stuff, and we play at the usual restaurants and clubs. We do that. It's like a three or four set thing that we do,
Mm-hmm.
and of course that's all on hold right now. Everything's been put on hold.
Mm-hmm.
And we also do originals. JC writes some great originals, real blues based.
Nice.
So I've never been a real big blues drummer, but it's a whole other skill set to play blues that I'm not used to, but I'm really, really enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's different than slamming away on rock. And my other band that I play with is the Michael Bruce Band, or the Michael Bruce Group. And Michael Bruce is Rock and Roll Hall of Famer from the original Alice Cooper group.
Oh, great.
And Michael wrote the big hits like School's Out and
Really?
18. And yeah, he's the guy behind all the songs.
Hmm.
And Michael still writes great tunes. And we have a great band put together. Michael sings and plays guitar. His wife, Lynn Bruce, plays bass. She's amazing. We have Steve Potts on guitar. Steve lives in California.
Hmm.
And we have our keyboard player. He is Jimmy Waldo, and Jimmy Waldo is also the keyboard player for Alcatraz. And Jimmy he also produces us. And he lives in Chicago right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we just recorded 3 songs. We put out one that's out there right now on YouTube called Born Screamer by the Michael Bruce Group.
Okay, I'll share that as well.
And yeah, and the cool thing is I'm not playing drums on that one. Neil Smith, the original drummer for Alice Cooper,
Oh, really?
good friend of mine, he's playing drums on that.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought we would feature 2 guys from the original Alice Cooper band. And I'm playing on all the rest of the stuff, and we're still currently writing and recording, and our album should be out, was going to be out this year, but of course that got pushed
Yeah.
to next year.
And then once that gets out, are you guys going to start hitting the scene? Or just kind of going out and playing, or you doing any traveling with it?
Yeah, we already had bookings. We had a tour that was set up in the UK.
Nice.
That was supposed to start in May, and of course that got completely postponed at this time. So as soon as the album is released, and hopefully we could get the entire world of music back on course, and we could get back out there. And we're looking forward to the Michael Bruce Group, looking forward to playing the UK and Europe, and everywhere we can to get out there and do it again.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of projections. Everyone's kind of shooting for next summer, next April or May-ish is what I'm kind of hearing. I was just talking from Ben from Nothing More the other day about it. And then they're just on hold until then. And then once they get the green light, everyone's going to start, going for it.
Right. Yeah, we have. We already had dates booked, and hopefully we'll be able to get those dates back. So really looking forward to that. Playing over in Europe is supposed to be, the rock scene there is it's huge,
Mm-hmm.
and lots of festivals to play. Our local guys here, Blossom Jetsam, they go do festivals over there all the time, and they do great. Playing the packed crowds.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're hoping to do. We're going to be playing classic Alice Cooper songs that Michael wrote, along with all the new tunes. So looking forward to it.
That's amazing. I'll definitely come see you guys here when you guys go out.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we'd like to start, have a show or two locally, to get the show polished and before we hit the road.
And are you still currently playing live at all here in Phoenix in the current climate?
With JC and the Rockers, we played, I'd say, 3 gigs, and it's a 3-man band.
Mm-hmm.
We all said, hey, it's too risky right now, so we hung it up for right now because, unfortunately, one of our Phoenix area drummers passed away.
Really?
And Maurice Degley, and Maurice got the virus supposedly at a gig that he played.
Oh,
and no, it's not. And we just after that we said, hey, it's too risky. We're calling it quits for right now. So
yeah, that's totally understandable. Yeah, I mean that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that at the same time, but you kind of have to put your anxious. Everyone has to kind of just sharpen a blade right now and kind of practice and get their chops in order. And I think the music scene's going to hit harder when it comes back, being honest with you.
The music scene's going to hit harder because there's a lot of musicians that, a lot of bands are still rehearsing, and they're still writing music. And, with all this downtime, like you said, it's a great time to practice and get your chops together and learn new stuff. And, everybody's going to come back stronger and better than ever.
Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about is some of these venues taking a hit, revenue style. Revenue, not being in business stuff. So I hope everyone can kind of pull through it. And we'll still have all the same open doors going back into it.
Right, and if there's any local businesses, support them if you can. Especially, bars that are also restaurants. If they have carry out, please go and support them and still, go there and get your food.
Yeah. What any particular venues you want to give a shout out to support? Bars?
Yeah, well, bars that JC and the Rockers we play, a place called the Handlebar Bar and Grill out in Apache Junction is one of our favorite places to play.
Oh, nice.
That was really our regular spot. We played there 2-3 times a month, so that was our regular gig. And also getting back to Phoenix area drummers, putting on hold. This year was supposed to be our best year. We had so many amazing clinics lined up.
Really?
We had Steve Gadd lined up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Steve was doing a clinic over at Alice Cooper's Solid Rock, so that was put on hold. Nate Morton, amazing drummer from The Voice.
Yeah, he's a big Pearl on Dorsey too, right? He's still playing Pearl.
He is. He's a great drummer. Yeah, he's all Pearl. He's got some amazing Pearl kits. We had him coming in, and that's put on hold. We had the Mike Mangini.
Really?
2 master classes were just about sold out. Put on hold. So we had those 3 lined up within a couple of weeks of each other, and they all got put on hold. It's a big disappointment, but you know what? It'll come back.
Yeah, those guys are just anxious to do it too, as well. They're going to want to do it just as bad as we want to see it. So I think it'll come full circle on that one.
Yeah, Mike Mangini, he had some time, between tours with Dream Theater. So hopefully he'll still have some time, and we could get him here. And Steve Gadd, Steve Gadd lives here in Phoenix, and he's still amazing. He's 75 years old, and he is, better than ever.
Yeah, I heard he just jumps around and sits in once in a while back when things were normal. I forgot where he does it, but I've heard he tends to show up here and there.
Yeah, I haven't been there when he showed up, but I would love to be there when he does. Definitely.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. It's like, oh my God, that's Steve Gadd.
Yeah. But Is there any drummers you see up and coming on mainstream levels that you're kind of like watching on YouTube, or any drum videos that you would recommend to anybody?
Wow. I mean, just the top guys that I mentioned, Glenn Sobel, if you want to just be blown away.
Mm-hmm.
And Glenn is, a lot of people, the drummers are familiar with Glenn.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of music fans aren't necessarily, he's not a name out there that average music fan would know, but he plays with Alice Cooper and the Hollywood Vampires.
Yeah.
And Glenn plays everything. So if there's videos out there, you could watch a Glenn, and he does good educational videos. Again, same with Todd Zuckerman, who is Styx's drummer.
Mm-hmm.
Drummers know who he is. Music fans don't necessarily know who he is, but he is like the educational guru. He has all kinds of educational material out there, and I would subscribe to that, because Todd is absolutely amazing. And with YouTube out there, when I was a kid, we didn't have YouTube. Every drummer, anything that you want at your fingertips to
Mm-hmm.
learn at any time.
Yeah.
So yeah, just become an internet fanatic.
Yeah, I remember when I had to get a CD and sit there and listen to it over and over, make sure I got the hi-hat patterns right. But now you can literally, there's drum covers of every song, and you can break it down. It's definitely a tool in the belt,
Yeah, somebody's there to break down every part of every song that's ever been written, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was a kid, you had to go out and buy an album. Yeah, that's back in the Stone Age.
Yeah. Yeah. And as far as we can find you on Facebook. I've heard multiple things from people around the country saying it's one of the bigger communities they've seen, as far as drummers in the city. And they don't have anything quite like it in LA or Texas, what I've been told. But yeah, it's kind of a cool thing to be a part of. And I'll put the link on there, and we'll try to get some more members signed up. And I was going to ask you, do you give lessons yourself?
I used to give lessons. I don't any longer. There's some great teachers out there.
Mm-hmm.
Some fantastic teachers. Desert Ridge Music Academy is a great place. Bobby Dummings, who has another music academy here in town. He's a great teacher.
Mm-hmm.
There's another great teacher who's a great player. A.D. Adams is a great teacher. There's so many great teachers out there.
And he's in a big band too. I forgot what it's called. He's a big band drummer too, A.D. Adams.
Yeah, A.D. plays with a band called with Louis Prima Jr.
That's it. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yep. And I know that he's on hold as well right now. So
yeah,
a lot of these guys, they're doing not just lessons, but they're doing lessons, internet lessons, so you could still stay active and learn.
All right. So yeah, it's great to have you on the show. Where can they find you on social media and all that good stuff?
Yeah, you can find me on Matt Indes Drums is my drummer page. Of course, just Matt Indes, Mattindes on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And of course, Phoenix Area Drummers Group is our group. We also have Phoenix Area guitar players.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
Guitars and Phoenix area bass players. So if you want to be hooked up and get in the community, get on those pages and reach out and start talking with other players and keep the conversation going.
Yeah, and that's another reason why I wanted to start the show, because I just saw a lot of talent here, and I saw a great opportunity to sit down and talk with people like yourself, interview, and kind of network and learn and kind of getting some better opportunities. So yeah, so anyone that's interested in being on the show, the Harry Man Show, let me know, message me. I've been sharing on the Phoenix Area Drummer page. So yeah, please check it out. Once again, man, I really appreciate you being here. And you just recently started a real estate business too, right?
Well, I'm starting my own real estate business, but I have been a real estate broker for 23 years.
Nice. And can I reach you out in the same avenue for that stuff?
Yep. You could go to my Facebook, Matt Indes Real Estate Broker.
Nice.
And if you're looking to buy or sell, I'm your guy.
Nice. Yeah, I just wanted to give you a plug there on that stuff too. Yeah.
Thank you.
I appreciate you being here, and yeah, well, maybe we'll do it again, and we'll get a couple more guys. We'll do more of a group podcast here. But yeah, I really appreciate it, man. Thank you, Matt.
Hey, Dustin, thanks for having me. I really appreciate that, and it was great talking with you.
All right, and you guys all have a good day and check out the episode. Thank you. Hey, one thing I wanted to mention, we actually have a great drum builder here in the Valley. His name is Steve Morrison. He's actually a huge drum tech in the industry. He runs a company called DTS Drums. Matt, you can also sponsor him as well. He seems like a great guy and a good product.
Yeah, DTS, Steve Morrison, Steve-O makes some of the most phenomenal snare drums on the planet. I'm a DTS artist.
Nice.
And I do all my recording with his snares. And shout out to Steve and DTS Drums. Steve does a great job. He's one of the best.
Yeah, check him out on Facebook. I'm sure he has some links. I'll try to share there too. But yeah, thanks a lot, Steve.